and you can tell me more of them stories.
Okay.
All right, bub. Thanks a lot, Julius. I'll talk to you.
Be nice. Love people. Help a friend. Be a friend to anybody that's going to be a friend to you.
Hi everyone, it's Drew with Mobility Direct, and today is Veterans Day 2024, and I would like to take the time as CEO of this company to thank each and every one of you who have served for the United States military, past, present, and future. Your heroism does not go unnoticed. Mobility Direct loves to help veterans, and we do everything we can possible. For this Veterans Day, we're doing something a little bit special. I had done an interview with a man named Julius. He is a 100-year-old World War II veteran. He is an absolute American hero. And while he didn't have any idea, I was just coming by to just record his story and publish it to the internet. I was going to give him a mobility scooter. And keep us in mind for future business. If you are a veteran, we offer some of the absolute best discounts in the industry to get you in a scooter to continue your quality of life. Hi everyone, I'm Drew with Mobility Direct, and today I am out here at a friend's home who we had met via social media. He was referred to me, and well, he's a really neat guy. As you can see, he's 100 years old. Not only is he 100 years old, but he is also an Army World War II vet. And he has an amazing story. Yes, he is a veteran. So for this Veterans Day, we have a special story for you. And if you stay to the end of the video, you're going to see something that's in typical Mobility Direct fashion. So without further ado,
Cut.
This is Julius. Julius, tell me a little bit about yourself. When were you born?
I was born August 19, 1924.
Wow, so that you just celebrated your 100th birthday.
Yep.
Wow, where were you born?
New York. I was born in Manhattan, and at the age of 5, I was living in foster homes. My mother was a sick woman, and up to the age of 12 and a half, I was in foster living.
Wow.
So I got my education with people at a very early age, which has stood me all these years to where I love people, I get along with everybody. I consider myself a humorist, okay?
That's awesome.
My pictures show humor, okay? If you get a chance later, the picture up and back of you, you'll see a duck eating off the ground with a machine in back of him, a food machine, okay? And so when I took a picture of it there, I realized, oh, he's pecking away. And so I went ahead and took a dollar bill, crushed it, took a picture of it, cut and paste, I put it in for him to pick away at it. But the point is, it's a coin machine, so.
Absolutely.
So now he's got food, but he can't buy it anymore. In other words, a picture has to tell a story.
It sure does.
Okay? If it doesn't tell a story, then it's a waste, okay? It's not a movie anymore, it's just a still shot. But you can turn a still shot into a full story.
Very cool. So,
Okay.
It sounds like, you told me you grew up rather fast, and,
Yeah.
you did serve in the military, and you were there at a young age. So why don't you tell me, what branch of the military did you serve in?
I was U.S. Army Signal Corps.
Very cool. What was your rank?
I was supposed to be a tech sergeant when I finished the course. I took a movie course at Paramount Studio.
Very cool. So that's going to lead me to my next question.
Yeah.
What was your job?
My job was to photograph everything and anything, action, anything that caught my eye that was memorable. The Army was interested in the damages that were done, people, things, prisoners. To use, all this stuff was shot, sent into London. It was used for newspapers, magazines, TV, all this stuff. I never got to see it. Periodically, they'd send us a couple of cut strips for us to look at, this was camera check, okay? Because we're in the field. We had a photo company that we were sent out at 2 crews. I was assigned to 4th Cavalry Recon. So we were 2 camera crews working there. We had a still man, a movie man, a driver. Well, it was actually 4 of us. 2 crews like that. We had our own Jeeps. We had a lieutenant who was overseeing us.
How long did you serve in the Army for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. In fact, before going into the Army, while I was still in high school, I joined New York State Guard. So I was in there. In fact, my dad was European, who became an American citizen after he came here to Ellis Island back in 1916. Wow. And so he joined the New York State Guard with me. When I got out of high school, I could not get a job in my profession because I had a low draft number. And so I figured my only out was, fortunately, my sister was the secretary working in Washington, Signal Corps, and she told me that they had photography. And so I applied to enlist. I requested the photography. And they said, no problem, except that when I did join, and once I was in, they were teaching me in Fort Dix how to climb telephone poles, stringy wire, Signal Corps, okay? I had a 16 by 20 portfolio with me. Didn't mean a damn thing, okay? Finally, about a week before finishing that course, an officer from Paramount Studios shows up to interview me. Finally, it took that long, a couple of months before they got around to me. And at that point, 3 days later, I was in Long Island City, and I requested movies. And I was told, you need 10 years experience as a stillman before you can do movies. And I said to him, where am I supposed to get that from? I was only 18, you know? Mm-hmm. He said, you have to check the roster board. And lo and behold, roster board came up. I was there for movies. So now, I was put in the barracks at Paramount Studio. Oh, before that, we were put up, well, we were shipped back to New York from Jersey. We were in a hotel in New York, and we had lady elevator operators, okay? But they kept us there only a short time. So when I got into Long Island City, where the studio was, they had no room down below, so they built me up the 3rd floor where Hadri was staying, okay? And so we had a lot of freedom. And unfortunately, we were sent to Museum of Modern Art in New York, and we sat hours on end watching still movies, silent movies. We were learning story. There's no sound. And that was the start of the training to understand movies.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now,
then we got assignments we had to go out with. They would take us out. One assignment where we were covering metal being cut, so we had to take pictures to put a story together. Then I chose a story from Long Island City there, a lot of pigeons. And so I decided to do a pigeon story. And I had the guy walking up the ladder to the coop, checking the birds and such. And then he's throw them up in the air to fly and then bring them back. And so covering all of this, and then I had to go back to the studio, and I had to edit this stuff. I had to cut other parts to put all this together to make the movie.
While you were in the Army,
yeah,
you were a photographer.
Yeah.
Were you in any wars?
Wars?
Yeah.
I was in Frontline every day, every night, every day.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay.
What war were you in?
World War II.
You were in World War II,
Yeah.
So you are a World War II survivor, sir.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for serving our country.
I landed at Omaha Beach D-Day, okay? I had a carbine rifle on one shoulder and my movie camera in the other hand. And then when you couldn't handle both, they took away the rifle and gave me a .45, okay? I had to carry a gun.
Wow.
I was assigned to 4th Cavalry Recon. So we would go out on patrol in the morning. We'd find out where the enemy was. The information was passed back to the big guns. They would shoot up the area, foot soldiers would come up the tanks and went in, foot soldiers followed them. And so we were always up in front. The only advantage I had was good. At night, I couldn't take pictures. I didn't have to stay up at the front line. I was able to go back to the town where it was safer and mix around, okay?
Absolutely.
And so, it was interesting. As a cameraman, you see everything, but you're seeing it through a camera. The camera is, your eye is recording through the camera. You don't know how much trouble you're in, because you're not conscious of it. You're doing a story. You're shooting something. Later, you find out what happened to you. I've had occasions where following a tank, and all of a sudden I felt something grabbing my foot, and I looked down, I see it got wire. I didn't know what the other end of it was. We were in fields. I just stop, slowly unwind it, slowly walk out of the area, continue on with doing what I was doing. When we got off the beach. Once we got off the beach, we were in the hedgerows now. And we were being shelled with the 50 big guns from the Germans. I woke up one morning with a big shell at the other end of my trench, okay? I got lucky, it was a Doug. I'm still here. Yeah. But these are the things that you run off. They say you don't hear the bullet when it hits you. So you never knew what was coming out. I pity the guys who were in Korea and places like that. They didn't know where the enemy was. They weren't there to fight a war, really. Mostly they were supposed to be policing. That's the reason why so many of them came back with drugs and stuff. They saw a lot of very, very close killing, okay?
Right.
And the drugs was another way of them to forget. War is not a pleasant place, okay? It's not a playground. Unfortunately, periodically we have these wars. They have to cut the population down. That's why they're going up to the moon so much and everywhere else. I used to read science fiction magazines, okay? And one day I was reading one on a flight, and all of a sudden, a man was landed on the moon. That was the last science fiction I read, because there was no science fiction anymore. Everything was reality already.
So Julius, you've had an extensive amount of time in the battlefield.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. That's incredible. Let me ask you: have you received any honorary awards?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
How many have you received?
Quite a few. Most people have taken their medals and put them in the drawer, and they lay there, put them in the frame on the wall. And one was laying in the cupboard too. And a Memorial Day and all occasions like that, I decided, I got these blue jackets, I'm going to put them on the jacket. People never see ribbons, and never see the actual medal.
No, absolutely.
And so I lined my jacket with all these medals, okay? And now when I attend all these services, I wear that jacket, okay? And now people get to see the medals. The other one that was great was the French medal that was given.
So you were given a whole bunch of honorary awards.
Yeah. And and some I didn't get.
And some you didn't get.
Was due but never gotten.
Wow. Let me ask you, which award means the most to you?
I think, other than the Purple Heart, I think the one that France is honoring what this country has done for them. And when they find out there's a veteran that's still alive who helped save France, particularly from D-Day on, has honored us with a presentation of their highest medal, which is the Croix de Guerre. This is a medal that's been given to presidents. It's been given to people who has done services for France to help them survive. And so now I'm a Croix de Guerre as a Chevalier and a member of the French Foreign Legion. So it's, it's there, it's interesting,
Well, that's an
Yeah.
incredible
Yeah.
award, and
Yeah.
that's unbelievable, and it shows the appreciation from the French. Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you had a couple Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
That's an incredible award in its own. That's that shows how brave you were, and your heroism, and to be able to
And being in the wrong place at the right time. To survive from it.
What happened?
Oh, had a tank blow up on me on the Battle of the Bulge from a big fight the night before. And this tank was laying there burning. And I started to take pictures of it for record purposes, just a record shot. And all of a sudden the ammo in it let loose. And I was about 20 feet from it. And so when that blew up, I picked up a lot of shrapnel, okay?
Oh.
The explosion, I was kneeling down, I went to the ground, I got up and continued taking the pictures on it. And when I got up and I was going back to the Jeep, my lieutenant says, "Are you okay?" I says, "Yeah." And I get back to the Jeep and I put my foot up on the running board of my Jeep and I see blood coming down my boot.
Oh no!
With that, the first thing they did was to try and put a tag on me. The first thing I did was to empty my camera, package the film, date it, which for doing that was entitled to a Bronze Star. I never got it. We were fighting a war. The lieutenant, as I said, should have put in. But at the time, he probably, when my camera crew became prisoners of war, he had to be in the same pocket with them, okay? So that never came up on record, okay? I got a chance while I was in a camp that was supposed to be going back to out the States. We were stripped of everything except GI equipment. And the camp that we were in said "on to Tokyo" on it. We were supposed to be in and out of that within 10 days. But then there was too much else going on. It seems they were going to put down the big bomb in Japan. And so we were hung over. When that happened, I had enough points to go home. But before that happened, I got out of camp, I grabbed a plane and got into London, okay? I wanted to see some of the stuff I shot. I never saw any of this. I went to, oh, okay. And so I couldn't get to see much of the film, but I did get a letter from Fox, who was in charge of all of that. Mm-hmm. And he gave me a letter stating that my photography was of good value, and I still have that letter today.
Wow.
And it shows that I was doing my job right, okay? And from that, I got back to camp. I mean, I got there without a pass, I got back to it, but it was rough going there. Anyway, I had enough points, I was able to go home. I was very happy for that, because I had enough of the war, all right? And the thing that I remember the most is when we got out into the big PX they had, it was like a kid going into a candy store and don't know what to buy, because for 3 years, I start choking up, sorry, that we didn't have all these luxuries. And now all of a sudden we had these hamburgers and hot dogs and all this candy and stuff. Funny, and look, it's still up there, sorry. But, we were kids. I felt, in some way, all right, with the knowledge and everything I had, and the fact that when you get out of service in those years, you can get into any union with no problem. That was closed unions. Photography unions were all closed. You couldn't get into a photography union or anything like that. They was all closed, closed circuit. The only people who got in, who knows who, okay? And that's what happened. Dandelion salad, okay? Fried pepper sandwiches. You know, it sounds funny, you know. My sister used to have us throw some of the stuff away, and so the schools didn't have inside luncheons anymore, but there was a cafeteria next to the school, a candy store, and so we would be sent there by the school. And then finally, it got wind to the social workers, and they came down to find out what was happening, and then we were sent to other homes. And so you're constantly on the move, changing, okay? Some homes were good, some people loved children, they were the best. Yeah.
Julius, if you had one message for the American people today, what would it be?
Be nice, love people, help a friend, be a friend to anybody that's going to be a friend to you. A good neighbor, be helpful. It'll flow back to you. And there's no real answer to anything. Everybody is different. Some people are always grouchy. They feel that they've been shortchanged. The idea is to try and be pleasant. And that's really all it is.
So Julius's message to the world, to the American people, is to be nice and be helpful. And, well, that's part of the reason why we came out here. We came out here to do an interview and to pass a story along. And, well, we had a little bit of our own story to bring. And outside, I have something for you, Julius.
Oh, that's true.
I see here that you have your walker. And, well, I get something that's going to help improve the quality of your life.
And sure, so will.
Let's go on outside and see what I got for you.
Okay.
So yeah, Julius, I really appreciate that interview. It was so much great info, and our audience is going to love it. And like I said, you know, in exchange for this interview, I felt that I could help you out. So I got you a little something. So let's go over by my truck. And I got something in there for you. And there's my truck back there. Let's just go to the back of it. And Julius, you know, as I told you, I see that you got the four-wheel rollator, and, well, you live in a nice, beautiful community. Yeah, you should be able to get around some, so look what I got you. See that little guy right there? You see that little guy? Yeah. That is something called the Solax Transformer. It's a folding scooter. It's an automatic folding scooter, and it's yours. You know, I really appreciate you serving our country and doing everything that you have for us. And, well, my company loves to give back to our veterans, because America's the best place that you can possibly be. And, well, let me go ahead and open this up for you.
Okay.
See, it's even like that. I can just lift it up, right?
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to the back here. I'm going to press this button, and we're going to open up the scooter. Automatically opens up just by itself with just the push of a button. Make sure the scooter's off before sitting on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sit down. Yep. Get your feet up there.
Okay. I want to see how tight a turn I can make on this here. Here's a better picture.
That's a good picture. I like the clouds too. It looks nice.
Yeah. See, if we shot that way, we got enough road, but this way here, we've got a little more foliage.
I thank you for your service, sir. Thank you so much.
I thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. You're so welcome. So check it out. You're going to take the scooter up there, and I'm going to walk your walker up before you, all right?
Okay.
And we're going to go on our ways, and I'll talk to you later on, okay? And you can tell me more of them stories.
Okay.
All right, bub? Thanks a lot, Julius. I'll talk to you.
I really appreciate it, fellas.
You're very welcome.
Because,
without heroes like you, our country can't be as great as we are.
well, it can be. There are enough people that are, okay? And it's just a question of running across them. And if you're a nice guy, they fall into you, okay? And this is what it is.
And as always, I'm Drew. Thank you for watching this Veterans Day special, and I really hope that you enjoyed this giveaway. It really meant a lot to me because I have a lot of military in my family. And this man, again, he is just an American hero that has gone unnoticed, and he deserves every last bit of it. Hey guys, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and well, if you're interested in buying a scooter in the future for somebody or even yourself, make sure to keep Mobility Direct in mind. We give the absolute best discounts to our veterans because veterans matter. I'm Drew with Mobility Direct, and God bless America. Thank you and have a wonderful day.